All right, folks. David here. I have an update to give this month. It's been probably about 8 months, 8, 9 months, 10 months maybe since we've done one of these updates. Um, but things have changed, and I need to make an update to you guys about the future of Duckpins Forever. The theme of this particular update is it's not great, but it's going to have to happen. To start, I want to give a little bit of background to Duckpins Forever and a little bit about myself that some of you guys don't know. I work for the Department of Defense. I won't go into specifics, but pre-COVID, I was working 4 days in office with 1 day of telework a week. During COVID, we had gone up to full telework and had slightly come down from that. So currently, I'm 2 days office, 3 days telework. Part of what that telework kind of allowed me to do was put a lot of time into Duckpins Forever. And when we first started Duckpins Forever, I was just doing live streams. But as we built up Duckpins Forever, I started doing more and more stuff, and it started taking more and more of my personal time from me. But I didn't mind that because I was teleworking. I got to be home almost all week. So I was able to do some parallel processing, start some stuff in the morning, work during the day, come back at lunch to clean some stuff up, go back to work. Or the time I would have normally spent commuting into the office, I would have been able to devote to more Duckpins Forever stuff. So what exactly changed? Why am I having this? So a few weeks ago, an executive order passed that returned everyone in the federal government back to the office. It's rescinding all telework agreements everyone has, and there's essentially no workaround for it. You're not going to be able to telework. This is about 8 to 10 hours of time that I had been spending in the Duckpins Forever that poof just vanished, and I'm personally unwilling to lose some of the personal time that I have remaining, time I'd spend with my family and do other things I enjoy. So as a result, this means I have to reduce my workload. I can't spend as much time as I've been spending on Duckpins Forever. So timeline-wise, I had anticipated, based off guidance that we were getting, that I would be able to wind down Duckpins Forever content over the course of 4 months. I learned today that's not going to be possible. I have to return to the office on Monday. So I need to make these changes immediately. These changes are effective the moment you hear this, probably before you actually hear this. To start with the classic archives, I really want to keep the classic archives going. I'm kind of the opinion I'm the only person in the community that really has the expertise to do this right now, and has the equipment to do this, and has the tapes to do this. So I'm going to do my best to kind of keep this moving along, but I have to reduce the amount I'm doing it right now. I'm going to go down to just doing 1 episode a month instead of 2 episodes a month. That's a very slow pace. I'm not overly thrilled about that, and I'll look to change that in the future if I can, but at the moment, this is just where we stand. League videos. So I've been posting up weekly videos for the Pro League and for the Wednesday Majors at Mount Airy. I don't have time to do that anymore. You just will not see those at all anymore. League highlight videos. This one's kind of the most unfortunate. We had only recently started doing the highlight reels, but this is also probably the most time-consuming product I make right now. I literally cannot do that anymore. So there won't be any more League highlight videos. There'll still be probably some reels here and there, but they're not going to be the 10 strikes in a row from some league that's just awesome to watch and gets hundreds of thousands of views on Facebook. I just don't have the time to do that anymore. Live tournaments. So I had kind of just consistently been doing more and more and more of these as the tournament schedule continued to grow in duck pin bowling. I mean, it's a great thing for the tournament scene to continuously get more and more tournaments to the point that there's more than one tournament going on nearly every weekend. I just can't cover them all anymore. I need more personal time on Sundays. I can't be spending 8 hours, 10 hours every 2 weeks in a bowling alley anymore on just Sundays. So I'm going to cut that down to just one tournament a month at this point. Kind of just like a guideline priority list, Pro Tour, Pop Witten, and then other stuff. Some quick FAQ kind of stuff, just other things that I haven't talked about yet that I assume people are going to ask me. Does this mean I'm leaving the duck pin community? No, it does not. I just don't have the time anymore. I have to stop doing stuff. I'm like, for example, the Wednesday night league, Wednesday majors. This is the last week I can bowl in it. I can't bowl in it anymore. It's impossible for me to get to the office and bowl in a league that starts at 9 p.m. Is Pro Tour and Pop Witten all you're going to cover? Because that was all that was on the guideline list. No. Again, guideline, not a rule. I'm also probably going to give more priority to tournaments that are on holiday weekends where I'm off on Monday. I'd also want to try to make sure that at least the tournament organizers and the people hosting the tournaments know like 3 months in advance that I'm going to be there. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Pro Tour, please release your schedule ASAP. I could use that so I could start planning things. I also still would like to cover at least one youth tournament and one WNDA tournament a year. That's probably going to be a struggle to really figure out what that looks like and being able to do that. That also probably means I'm not going to do a youth tournament at all this year. January is really the only month in the calendar that I think makes sense to be doing a youth tournament for Duckpins4Ever. The rest of the calendar is too crowded with events I would consider to be more prestigious and important to cover. Just my opinion. Sorry, kiddos. That's just where it is. Will I still be live streaming Feb Match? Yes. Feb Match we will still be doing. It's our biggest tournament of the year. In terms of viewership, I almost certainly will do Feb Match every single year. I can guarantee. I can almost guarantee you that. Will you be traveling to cover major events? So will I be going up north to do events? Probably not. Ask me again in 6 months. I have. If you ask me today, will I ever go up north to cover an event? I will tell you no. If you ask me again in 6 months, maybe that changes. Do you think Duckpins4Ever will ever go back to the way it was? So this one's a bit more complex. The short answer is no. I don't have expectations that my organization will ever go back to the level of telework that we were doing, which means I don't know how I would ever have that amount of time to devote to Duckpins4Ever again. Maybe 30, 40 years from now when I retire. Who knows? My read of my organization is that they're not going to be willing to go to that level of telework. If things change, they change, and maybe I can, but I don't see it. I don't see it right now. Potentially we could get some back, in which case if we do, I can scale back up some content. But I would never expect to be able to go back up to the level of content that I had been making for the past year and a half, 2 years. What happens to YouTube memberships and Ko-Fi? I'm keeping those as is for now. That's part of my reasoning for really wanting to prioritize keeping the classic archives moving along, because that's what I feel is probably the main reason why people would be YouTube members, is to be able to access the classic archives. So if an opportunity arises where I feel I can go back doing 2 episodes a month, I will. But for now, 1 episode a month. Wow, this sounds serious. How are things personally going for David? It's not good. It has been an incredibly rough 2 weeks for me. I could use good vibes. My coworkers could use vibes. To be honest, most of the people who work in the federal government that I know could use good vibes right now. It is not fun right now. I won't get into the specifics on it, but it's tough. If you have any other questions or anything you want to run past me, feel free. I'm still going to be around. I'm still going to be bowling. You'll still see me at tournaments. Still be covering a tournament on live stream once a month. So just shoot me. I'll tell you the honest answer. And we can, if you have an idea or something, maybe we can work it out. That's about all I've got for you guys. Let me know if you have anything in the comments on this video or on Facebook, and I'll get back to you. Bye, everybody.